I'm John Skinner, and this supports my book Fishing for Summer Flounder, Fluke, Jigging from Shore Boat and Kayak, and you can learn more about the book at flounderbook.com. In this video, I'll be jigging with S&S John Skinner swing hook fluke bucktails and tsunami silicone skirt glass minnows, along with various gulp baits, and I'll have links to all of the gear in the description of the video. So this turns out to be one of the slowest fluke trips I've had in recent memory. But you know, I ground through it, I kept at it, and it ended up working out pretty well. So I want to go through some of the things that put that together. First of all, you know, you can see I got quite a bit of wind over here. I've got a drift sock out trying to cut down on that. I've been out a while without a fluke. I'm out on eastern Long Island, in the bay near where I live, and I'm not that familiar with these waters yet, especially this particular spot. I have no marks on my GPS here, so I'm going kind of blind, picking up a fluke here. So, all right, yeah, it's not big. It's probably between 18 and 19 inches. The limit is 19 inches. We're not going to get to measure that one because off it goes. That's all right. All right, so I keep at it a little bit longer, and you know, I did take a mark where that fish was caught, so at least I have some frame of reference of where that fish was hooked up. And you can see there's only a few boats in this area. There are two sizable little fleets within a couple miles of here, but this is a good area. It's near a channel. Fish have to pass through here to get to where those other boats are. I prefer not to fish in the crowded areas. And all right, here we go. And this is going to be a good one. I'm going to let this one play out. Well, that's that. That's a real quality fish. I was thinking about making a move after boating this one. No way. I'm going to stick on this. I mean, I know that, look, you know, this is very close to opening day, just less than a week after. And I know there's not a ton of stuff going on. So I feel like, all right, I've caught a couple. I've got a decent one. So I'm going to keep working this over. The current is just starting to run well. So you know, maybe I was off to a slow start because of the current not moving, but yeah, real happy to put this one in the boat. I think everybody who fluke fishes knows that feeling. You set the hook and it doesn't move, and for a second or two you go, oh my God, you know, you think you have a doormat. No, I probably have an old lobster pot or something. I'm hung up on the bottom. But hey, the reason I'm showing this is because you know, I use 15-pound test braid no matter where I'm fishing. I could be on the beach, I could be here, could be in 100 feet of water off of Montauk. I'm using 15-pound test braid, and a lot of people think that it's too light. People tell me, oh, but you know, it's too light. You know what? I can't break this right now. Look at this. I am pulling back, and all I'm doing is pulling the boat in. You see there's a breeze, there's current. I've got the boat anchored with this 15-pound test line. It is a lot stronger than a lot of people think. I've got to start the motor, go up, and get around on it in order to break it. So that just shows you a little bit about how strong that line really is. Something else about this trip, inundated with sea robins. These little brown sea robins are down there constantly. You feel them hitting, I can say that you really didn't hook as many as that, you know, that were hitting you, and they were not tearing up the gulps, but it was just constant, and still I probably put 25, 30 of them in the boat. Boy, they're so widespread throughout the bay. there's no way to get around them. So you just got to keep fishing through them, and that's what I'm doing here. Just one of those things. I don't know of any rig that's going to be sea robin proof that's still going to catch fluke. If they're down there, they're going to pester you, and it just seems to be more and more every season. So another reason I chose this spot really had to do with lining up the wind with the current. One of the prime fluke spots in this area, I knew I was going to have wind against current, so I just wrote that off. I wasn't going to fish there. This one, it's set up pretty nice with the wind and the current, even though it's kind of windy, and yeah, it's working out. So the gulp baits are 5-inch swimming mullets and 6-inch grubs. And a couple times when the sea robins and other things were getting annoying, I did also tip these jigs with otter tail bait strips over the chewed up grubs. And yeah, I didn't have to do that the whole trip, but I ended up doing it a couple of times, and it works out well. You still get that nice fluttering on the jig. You can tell I'm looking to set up on something here. Yep, so I'm missing them. I'll just keep working this fish.
Sea bass.
Yeah, a beautiful black sea bass. This is a really nice one, and unfortunately, it is out of season. That's too bad. Yeah, I've said it before. These things are extremely plentiful and becoming more so, and yet the regulations have been tough on it. But yeah, that's a beauty. What a pretty fish. Yeah, back it goes. So I bet 90 minutes went by since my last fluke. But I don't know. I kept at it. I was just like, yeah, I want to catch one more. And you can see the wind is howling at this point. You know what? Without the drift sock this trip, I don't know if I would have caught anything. It's just such an important tool. That's a 44-inch diameter drift sock, and it really does a good job. I have now gone up to 3 ounces. I had been using a 2-ounce bucktail the whole time. I've been fishing in about 60 feet of water. And yeah, the drift sock has slowed me down enough that I could stay down. Now what I'm doing now is, hey, I'm scoping. Even with a 3-ounce bucktail and the drift sock, I'm scoping out here because it's just so windy. So when scoping out means you have to keep letting out line to stay near the bottom. You get a big angle on your line. That's no good because you're trying to put action on the jig. That angle cuts down on the action. So when you scope out like that, just crank it back in and reset, drop back down again. That's what I've done here, and this is going to pay off. If I land it, this is it. All right, so I worked through that wind and managed to put another decent one in the boat. And hey, I'm taking a mark there. I'm done. I think I said that with that fish coming up because I was just wanting to get one more, and so I got that one. And you saw I took a mark because hey, next time out, I definitely want to, try to have this place mapped out as to where I caught these fish. So, all right, you know what? It just goes to show you keep at it and you can put together a nice catch even on a tough day. So. All right, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you like these videos, please subscribe to my channel.